I have a demo here of running a couple LLMs on our platform. So we'll just get right into it. So here you can see we're actually on just a website that's sort of doing a bit of a chatbot kind of idea. This website could be deployed by data centers or by end users, which is the really cool part of our system. So when we type in this chat, we're going to send an inference request onto the DCP network. So we've asked what is distributed computing, and a worker, which had some available space, maybe that's running on a data center somewhere, has actually picked up the workload. And here we show the worker screen, which is on a completely different computer. It's got the workload and it's ready to actually do an inference. Here we're loading the model in from cache. These are all details of running LLMs on web GPU, which we achieve with web LLM. And under the hood, those are compiled and split up with MLC LLM. And we can see got our answer back here from Llama. And actually on subsequent inferences, this will be even faster because now that worker has cached that entire model in VRAM. And we can adapt how much of that model is actually cached into the web GPU VRAM available. Those are all nice features of web LLM. And you can see we've got a nice poem. And just to show that we can switch models here and keep context the same, we're going to switch to Quen 2, which is a smaller model specifically for math. And we're going to ask actually an incredibly complicated math problem here. But we'll go ahead and see the result coming through.
As long as you can remember PEMDAS. You know, even humans can't remember that. So
actually, it's very complicated for me in high school. You know, a little PEMDAS there. But anyway, we'll see how this does. And you can see we were able to download that entire model for the first time very quickly and run that inference. And again, this is all happening on web GPU in V8. So here's a web browser worker, but we have command line, workers as we've talked about. I mean, and this is running in essentially the V8 engine, which is the most secure and powerful engine out there. And here's a brief demo of the API. I'll just pause on this to show it. So here you can see we are deploying this inference. So again, that was like our first prompt. It went through onto our network with dcp.compute.4. We actually deployed it with job exec, and we got the results back. So there's a real beautiful simplicity. And the last thing I'll touch on, just so I don't go too over time, in this example, we're deploying, a single inference, and that inference went to one worker. But of course, you could have many inferences going across many workers and many GPUs. As long as you share that conversation context, it can go to an entire data set of workers and they can pick it up dynamically with our scheduler. Yeah, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'll stop sharing here.